I too played 100 days in Stardew Valley. This game is so rich, I feel like this challenge is always good fun, so I hope you enjoy my journey as well. Of course, I have a few objectives going into this. They're kind of ambitious for an average player, such as myself, but we'll see how it goes. I would like to finish the community center, get married to someone, and reach the bottom of the mines. So, without further ado, let's do this! On day 1, I woke up very confused because I realized I didn't know how to move. After carefully studying the controls, I ventured out into the farm with my newfound knowledge and... wow, it's a work in progress. I finally figured out how to use my tools, and by noon I had cleared off some space to plant my first parsnips. Then, I made my way to Pierre's to buy a potato seed, a cauliflower, and a bean starter for the community center. We're gonna be very methodical about this, because I don't want to leave anything to chance. Everything is falling apart. After that, I went around town meeting some villagers, and I wondered who I'd be romancing this time. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you maybe? Well, that's a question for another day. At night, I planted my new seeds and hit the sack. On day 2, I got a letter from Willie asking me to go down to the beach. I watered my crops, found my first geode, watered a stone again, and headed into town. There, I saw him again after so long. Harvey, my first husband. You see, back on the Switch I only had one save file, so I've only ever been married to Harvey my whole life. But this is a new save file, on the PC, so I guess I'm gonna have to let Harvey go. Harvey? At the beach, Willie gave me my training rod and I fished the day away. I also took this very seriously as I never hit level 10 fishing on the Switch, and I got like 80% perfection back there. On my way out, I saw Elliott and I realized I never see him around. I wonder if there was more to him than that chisel jaw, that better than thou attitude. I thought so hard it got really dark and I'm afraid of the dark, so I sorted my things out in the chest and went to bed with level 1 foraging and level 1 fishing. Day 3 was raining, so there was no need to water my crops. I tried to meet as many people as I could, but I still had a lot more missing. Also, the wizard kinda snubbed me and I went like all the way to his tower to meet him. Anyway, I completed the day by fishing at the river, to varying results. At day 4, tragedy struck. A crow ate my parsnip. I was even sadder when I realized I couldn't craft a scarecrow yet. I bought potatoes at Pierre's, very carefully. I tried to meet Abigail, but she wouldn't come out of her room. Hi Elliott? Do you want this daffodil? Wait, come back. Oh no, yeah, he absolutely hates it. Look, he's seething with hate. I gave up on Elliott and went fishing at the beach. I was so frustrated with him, I ended up fishing Sam instead. And Abigail hasn't left her room all day. I planted my potatoes and tried to fish on the farm, but just like this day, it was just trash. On day 5, I got the geode cutscene with Clint. I checked the traveling merchant for red cabbage, which I would need for the community center, but nothing yet. And I found some more spring onions. I finally met Miss Abigail, and I remembered just how rude these NPCs are when you first meet them. Then, I stumbled upon the mines. I guess they were open now, but I didn't have any luck, so I just fished for the rest of the day. On day 6, I harvested my first parsnips, and I saved the go-collie one for the community center. I talked to Elliott and he was worried I wouldn't like his cabin. Aw, I love your cabin, Elliott. That's actually so precious. I realized Elliott was gonna be a tough cookie to crack. First of all, he lives very out of the way comparing to the other bachelors. And second, all of his love gifts are really hard to find in the first year. Like for a lobster, you need to get lucky with crab pots, and by then you also need fish on level 3. Duck feathers and pomegranates are also really hard to get and require a lot of money. So I'm gonna have to be smart about my choices if I want to marry this guy. I fixed the bridge, and then I finished the day with level 1 farming and level 2 foraging. On day 7, I met the wizard and I got high AF. I also finished the spring foraging bundle and I got started on a few fishing bundles. I also bought a cactus fruit and a coconut from the traveling merchant. You can see I'm really afraid of not finishing the community center in time. On day 8, I finally dove into the mines for the first time on a bad luck day, so I reached level 5 and I gave up. I tried to upgrade my fishing rod, but Willie just wasn't willing. I donated a clam and an oyster for the community center, and I also crafted my first scarecrow. Day 9 was raining again, so I donated a mussel and a potato. Then I headed into the mines and reached level 10, which also earned me level 1 mining. On day 10, Marnie showed up at my door and I adopted Oliver. Oliver's my real life dog, and before you ask, here's a picture of him. On day 11, I got the Lost Axe mission from Robin, which I surprisingly remembered where to get. I bought a fiberglass rod and gifted Haley a daffodil because she was just standing right there. I checked how much I need for a coop and reached level 15 in the mines, but I really need a better sword. On day 12, I checked the traveling merchant again. I'm so broke, but should I use all of my money to buy a pufferfish? Well, I did it. I'm really anxious about the fishing bottoms. I mean, Oliver approves of my spending choices, don't you, buddy? Yeah, you're such a good boy. I braved the mines again, got an infected floor 17, but I pushed through it with my rusty sword. I'm having such bad luck with artifacts, by the way, again with the same dwarf squirrel number 1. I reached level 20 and gained a shiny new sword that is slightly less horrible than the one I currently have. Day 13. It's the Egg Festival. Again, I'm so broke I can only afford 2 strawberry seeds. I was a moment away from winning, but Miss Abigail apparently is the big villain of this playthrough. I was so pissed I angrily planted my strawberries and went to bed. On day 14, I could smell the money coming my way. My spring crops are finally ready and soon I'll be thriving. But wait, what if I need the leeks for food and maybe the horseradishes too? What am I doing? I need to sell things. Oh wait, it's Haley's birthday? Let me get her a daffodil then, I just saw one back there. No? Then in my chest? There were loads of daffodils right in front of her. Just my luck. And now my closest friend is Haley. Great. I went fishing with Leah for some cash, but I only seem to catch smallmouth basses. 5 of them. I think I've been fishing at the wrong spot. That night I got level 3 foraging and level 3 fishing. On day 15, I went to the mines and used the wrong sword for the longest time and I had to escape. On day 16, I tried to gift Elliott something he at least likes according to the Wikipedia, because he also dislikes most things. Hey Elliott, think you like this? Yes, finally, progress! It was rainy on day 17 and I left my axe to be upgraded at Clint's. Shane wants a smallmouth bass, which is great because I have 78 of them. Hey Shane, take your fish. Shane?
2,000 years later.
Well, here's your stinking fish that has been in my pocket all day. Have fun! On day 18, I got a Pierre Morris cutscene, and I gifted Elliott a fish, but I still have 0 hearts with him. What a difficult man! Day 19, it was raining again, and my parsnips were ready, but still no gold stars. I went on a fishing ride in Cindersap Forest, and I think I'm finally starting to see some money coming my way. Day 20 was a very lucky day, mind you, but I still had a hard time with infested floor 33. I got lost in the dark 2 floors later, and then I was just forced to give up. On day 21, I gave Elliott a topaz at the beach, and then I fished next to him for the rest of the day. I think we're really starting to bond, you guys. On day 22, I gathered my resources to finally ask Robin to build me a silo. I also got to level 45 of the mines and received this slingshot, the most useless tool in the game. Fight me on this. Day 23 and still no more gold parsnips. I'm starting to think I'm not gonna make this. I only have 1 attempt left this spring. I tried to push the bad thoughts aside and actually had a great time fishing with my pals Penny and Sam at the town. Day 24 was the flower dance, and I feel like this is an important milestone in our relationship, Elliott. Will you dance with me? Excuse me? Not today? No, excuse me, Elliott. Now you have other plans? 3 days ago, we were fishing together, just you and I, and you talked about your family and how you struggled in your career, and now just because Leah's here and she's kind of really pretty, you won't dance with me? Talk about mixed signals, man. You know, just you watch me now. Hey, Sammy! I feel like Sam will dance with anyone, so please help me out. Maybe next year? Sam, how can I say this? I don't feel like you're in a position to be picky about girls literally asking you out. You have absolutely nothing interesting going on for you, buddy. Just saying. Best friend Haley, will you dance with me? I don't know what I was expecting. Well, I ended up having to watch from the sidelines as everyone else but me had a great time at the flower dance. I was actually really upset, but just on the inside, you know? I'm a tough girl, I can handle this. I can't believe Elliott stood me out! Day 25 had a silver lining waiting for me, at least. My silo was ready, which meant that I could fill it with hay. I was so happy to clear out some of the mess I've been saving for the whole season. Thank God it's gone. Day 26 started out okay. I reached level 58 in mines, I got new shoes, but then something awful happened. I missed a traveling card. What if this was Red Cabbage Day? I was so frustrated with myself. I might as well have lost the challenge in day 26. We'll have to wait and see. And if day 26 wasn't it, then day 27 was surely a worthy opponent. No gold parsnips. I bought more seeds thinking, hey, maybe I'll get the greenhouse in year 1, but I didn't realize that without the gold parsnips, things would be much harder for me. I honestly didn't know what to do. Do I restart the run? No, I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna push through whatever it takes. That night, I reached level 4 foraging and level 5 fishing. On day 28, I pressed escape instead of eating my bread, and I was eaten out of the mines while I was at floor 57. I couldn't get to a checkpoint in time and I had to retreat again at floor 58. I was so mad. I lost all my bread too. Day 29 was the first day of summer, so I bought a lot of seeds and I created a very strange crop formation based on where I could place my sprinklers. On day 30, I had a cutscene with Willie, and I feel like Willie is my actual best friend in this game. I fish outside his shop all day, he gives me money, we have a great relationship. I love Willie. On day 31, I got the infamous quest to find Mayor Lewis's shorts. I donated a grape and I completed the summer foraging bundle. That unlocked the bulletin board, the hardest bundle in the community center. I studied it very carefully as it requires a lot of foresight and research to complete. Remember I said these words. On day 32, I begrudgingly talked to Elliott at the beach and gave him another gift. I now had 2 hearts with him and I could finally enter his cottage. Day 33, I went to the mines and I couldn't find the letter of 469. Hehe. There was no way I was getting home in time with all the cards unlocked. But shockingly, I made it just in the nick of time. On day 34, it was my first pepper harvest. I donated a lot of things at the museum, but he only got me another painting and a drum block. Thanks, but I really need useful things, you know. More of those. On day 35, I had to maneuver a lot of things around in my house in order to fit my 2 new paintings and the drum block, I guess. I bought 2 sunflower seeds at Pierre's, one for the community center and one for a secret project of mine that I hope you get to see. Day 36 and day 37 were pretty much the same. I watered my crops, I fished, I went to the mines and reached level 80. Day 38 was the first time it happened. I call it chat box hell. I don't know what I clicked, I just know I couldn't leave, I couldn't move, I couldn't make it go away. I started getting more and more desperate when I realized time was still going by and I could die and waste an entire day. I clicked every single button multiple times. I lost all hope, and then I hit the Windows key enough times and thank God I was out of purgatory. Let's try this again, shall we? On day 38, I woke up and it was a beautiful day. Birds were singing, flowers were blooming, and on days like these, girls like me get to have their first Elliott cutscene. What else were you expecting? I told him I like romance books, and he also trusted me enough to take a look at his rose that wasn't doing so well because I'm a farmer and know how to care for plants, allegedly. The game wouldn't let me give in an aquamarine, and maybe he thought it was being a creep, but he actually ran away from his house. It's hot and cold with this one, I'm telling you. Outside, he thanked me for speaking to him. Elliott, I'm losing my mind with you. I don't know if I had something on my face, but while I was fishing, Vincent also got spooked with me and ran away to mommy. Why does everyone hate me? At night, a fairy came and enchanted my melons that were going to be ready tomorrow anyway. Thanks, fairy. On day 39, Demetrius came and I had to make an important decision that would affect the entire fate of this challenge. I chose the mushroom cave and carried on. Let's put a pin on that and get back to it, shall we? I got a gold star pepper for my chest and headed to the luau. Add a bit of spice to that soup, they're gonna love it. The governor thought it was okay. That's a gold star pepper right there, you bumbling buffoon. See, everyone wants a piece of that anyway. You know nothing, sir. With all due respect. On day 40, I bought a lobster at the traveling cart just to guarantee Elliott's birthday gift. I also used my steel axe to enter the secret woods for the first time and collect a lot of hardwood and fiddlehead fern. On day 41, my melons were ready. No gold ones yet, so I'm getting kinda worried. I also got to level 85 in the mine, so yay. On day 42, my blueberries were ready for harvest. I bought more melons from Pierre and even got loads of basic fertilizer too, which I shouldn't have wasted my money on, because I didn't realize I could craft those with sap. On day 43, I donated a blueberry, completed the summer crops bundle, and getting my first quality sprinkler. Also, this is me realizing that I had all the items to the boiler room, and I've been dying needlessly at the mines all along. I gathered all of the items and went back there to unlock the... No! I'm in chat box hell again, please someone help me! I'm stuck with my axe equipped and every moment leads me closer to death! On day 43, I woke up inspired, took in the fresh air, and then I finished the boiler room, which gave me access to the minecarts. That meant I could basically teleport around the map now, which is very handy. On day 44, I purchased the 2500 vault bundle and I got 3 chocolate cakes. Tasty. On day 45, a train was passing through Stardew Valley. I chased it and I got 8 rocks. Absolutely not worth it. On day 46, my coop was ready, so I bought a chicken and I named it Little. Chicken Little. I also bought another chicken and I named it Becky. Day 47 was a very lucky day, but I was tired and honestly not having fun anymore at the mines. Combat is actually so painful with this club that I'm using. I really need a new sword, so I invested 4,000 gold in the Temper's blade. Oh, much better now. Much better. On day 48, I donated a cave carrot, a red mushroom, and a morel, completing the exotic foraging bundle. On day 49, I bought a catfish from the traveling merchant. I said hello to Elliott at his house. He's really softening up to me this past few days. And look, my first lobster! And he loves it! I'm having a great day! What else? I reached level 90 in the mines. Yeah, this girl is on a roll. Even though this obsidian edge immediately makes my new sword that I bought entirely obsolete. And I'm not even mad. I swear. On day 50, I had 4 hearts with Elliott. I know I'm kind of an old bro. I hope you don't mind. Oh, I don't mind, you lovable idiot. On day 51, it was raining and I finally fished the red snapper, the final fish I needed in summer. On day 52, I said hello to my chickens and I felt like I had place in my heart for another one, so I got a 3rd chicken and I named her Olivia. On day 53, George asked me for a hot pepper to rub on his knee? Okay. I also got my steel pickaxe from Clint's. That should make mining a lot easier too. Day 54 was raining, and I bought an orange from the traveling cart. I had 4 gold star melons now, so I had up hope for a 5th one in the next couple days. On day 55, I reached level 99 in the mines, but it was 1:30 AM and no ladder inside, so I had to give up my progress and get home with a farm totem. At least I reached level 5 mining that night. The final day of summer was a big one. On day 56, I had exactly 5 gold star melons for the quality bundle. I bought a lobster and the sandfish from the traveling cart. I also reached level 100 in the mines and received my first star drop. I had an Elliott cutscene at the saloon when we toasted to our good friendship. I was kinda tempted to say to your doom because we have like a love-hate relationship going on, which is super interesting for the story, but then I would lose the challenge, so I didn't. I gave in the lobster while I was still drunk, which is hilarious by the way, and received an achievement because we reached 5 hearts together. Later, we still had the Festival of the Moonlight Jellies. What a beautiful ending to a very productive season. Day 57 was the first day of fall, so you know the drill. I bought all the fall seeds I need from Pierre and yada yada. Elliott is starting to be cheeky now, which I really like. So I gave him a ruby as a token of my affection. At night, I planted all of my new seeds. On day 58, I reached level 105 at the mines. Just 15 levels left. Day 59 was raining, and I need to be careful with rainy days in fall because you're not guaranteed. And they're also my last chance to buy a mermaid pendant at the beach. I need to reach 10 hearts with Elliott and get the kitchen upgrade ASAP. Day 60 was rainy again. Not good. These rainy days need to chill out so I can get all the progress that I need done. At the community center, I donated a brim, completed the night fishing bundle, and I also completed the fall foraging bundle. Day 61 was a very special day because it was Elliott's birthday. I gave him his favorite, a lobster, boosting us to 8 hearts. So I ran to Pierre's and bought a bouquet because time is of the essence now, which means Elliott and I are finally dating now. I have a boyfriend. His name is Elliott. Na, 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 na. On day 62, my eggplants were ready, and Abigail sent me a letter saying she wanted one so she could, and I quote her, prank her dad. I gave her the godforsaken thing, and I swear I saw an evil glint behind those purple eyes. I was so disturbed I ended up gifting her another one, and she shamed me for it. Abigail, I see right through you, girl, and I don't like you. On day 63, I upgraded my coop at Robin so I could get access to many other animals. I successfully fished a tiger trout, and now I only have one more fish to find. I was so pumped I went to level 20 at the mines and also managed to catch a ghostfish, which means all the fishing bundles are completed now. I'm really proud of myself, considering the only time I did this before, I only found the last fish I needed in year 4. On day 64, I just went around chopping a lot of trees. I still need wood for a barn and all the building upgrades. Day 65, it's raining again. I sighed as I continued to do my work around the farm. I bought a duck in mornings and I named him Donald. Elliott played me a beautiful song at the piano and I was enchanted. I gave him a reality check when he insinuated that working on the farm was less stressful than being a writer, but you know what? He promptly understood he was being insensitive and apologized for it, which I appreciate. And I also reached level 115 at the mines. On day 66, I went to Robin's and got her to build me a barn. Finally. It's gonna be a race to get the pigs on time. And on day 67, I reached level 120 of the mines. Goal number 3, check. On day 68, Marnie's quest for an amaranth allowed me to collect Mayor Lewis's shorts, which I paraded around town in front of everyone. He was very pleased to have it back though. Elliott held his book reading at the library and he surprised me by saying he dedicated the book to me, a romance novel. And he admitted it in front of the whole town. Well, everyone who stayed until the end anyway. And that's how the Valley, but most especially Leah, found out that Elliott was no longer a bachelor. On day 69, I got a cow for Marnie and I named her Milka. Day 70, what a rainy season we're having. My pumpkins were ready, but no gold ones yet. I also bought a large egg at the traveling cart, just in case everything goes wrong. On day 71, I immediately upgraded my new barn at Robin's. Otherwise, I won't have enough time to get all the animals and then get the kitchen upgrade. At this point, I'm starting to get really stressed out. Wait, the day after tomorrow? No, Robin, why are you being so difficult? Well, I also donated the large egg I've been saving and maple syrup that I got for my tapper. Day 72 was the Stardew Valley Fair. I placed all of my finest items on the Grandeur display, and of course I was awarded first place, because Abigail wasn't competing. No, I'm just kidding, I did a very good job this year. The clairvoyant said she saw me and Elliott on a field of grass, whatever that means. Then I played all the minigames and gambled a fair amount in order to afford my second star drop. Day 73 was rainy again. My pumpkins are ready and now I have 2 ghost star ones. The old marina said I'm not ready for dependent yet, so I ran to Elliott and gave it a gift, and now we have full hearts. The game even awarded me for it. But the old marina wouldn't, because now he said I needed a bigger house. I didn't know you needed the kitchen upgrade to buy dependent. That's another rainy day wasted, and this could be fatal. On day 74, Donald gave me my first duck feather. Penny tried to assassinate George, so I intervened and gave her an important lesson about consent. On day 75, I had 5 gold star corn. I bought a milk pail so I can milk Milka. I also had my 10 heart cutscene with Elliott. We went on a romantic trip and we kissed for the first time. And although I was shaking like a leaf, I told him I was happy, because he doesn't need to know I'm really stressed out about my mastermind plan to propose to him before winter. So with renewed purpose, I got the kitchen upgrade from Robin. On day 76, I got my first milk from Milka. I bought a goat for Marnie, which I named, I don't know, Shasper? That's a good solid name. I also donated a cheese and an apricot. On day 77, I looped 4-5 over and over again for a prismatic slime. I would never forgive the wizard for this. On day 78, my house got a lot bigger overnight. And it's raining, which means I can finally get the mermaid's pendant and propose to Elliott. I accept! The farm will be such a lovely place to ride. I'm really looking forward to this. Yay! I'm marrying Elliott in 3 days! We're going to make a great pair. Yes, I know, we're both writers. We're both, I'm sure we have other things in common as well. That doesn't really matter right now. Look, I'm lying down in Elliott's bed. This is my notebook now. This is my bonsai tree. This is my painting by Leah. Elliott, is there anything you want to tell me? Huh? Well, Elliott's past doesn't really interest me. I'm his future. We're gonna have a house together. Look, I'm even putting up decoration that I think he will like. He lives on the beach, so he must like blue, right? I'm sure he does. On day 79, I did my chores and cleaned up the farm in preparation to Elliott's arrival in 2 days. Everything must be perfect. On day 80, no, where are you guys going? Elliott can't see this. Oh, Harvey, I can't believe it, but I actually fell in love with someone other than you, and I'm really happy. See you on the Switch. I started making stone paths to make my farm look a little more put together. Is it working? Am I a serious farmer now? On day 81, the 25th day of fall, Elliott and I got married in front of the whole of Pelican Town. I was a little upset I couldn't get my wedding dress ready in time, but it was a beautiful ceremony nonetheless. Marnie was having the time of her life. Goal number 2, check. When Elliott got home and we shared a little kissy kiss, I kept working on my paths and doing my chores. The only thing that's different is that I have a husband now, and he watches me. You're weird, but I still love you. I also finished the artisan bundle and got my first keg. I think Elliott's room looks super cute. It's definitely my favorite from all of the marriage candidates. I chose well. Day 82. Elliott is here! I want him to know that I really got it together as a farmer, so I bought another silo from Robin to prepare my animals for winter. And she said she'll work on it, you guessed it, the day after tomorrow, which means all my grass will be gone by the first day of winter. Yay! Elliott, I promise you this has never happened before, honey. I donated a yam, completing the fall crops bundle. On day 83, I got the last gold pumpkin that I needed, right at the end of the season. I had to wait around until 10 p.m. because it was Halloween and there would be a celebration in Pelican Town. I braved the spooky labyrinth and I was awarded with a golden pumpkin. Thanks, but I'm kinda done with pumpkins now. Wait, what are these guys doing up here? On the last day of fall, Elliott watered all my crops for me because he's a sweetheart. Milka delivered her first large milk, which I promptly donated to the community center, along with my 5 golden pumpkins, completing another bundle. Day 85. The final 16 days of the challenge begin, and I find myself with a few problems. Remember back then when I chose the mushroom cave with Demetrius? I chose the mushroom cave and carried on. Well, now I find myself in desperate need of 3 apples and a pomegranate to complete the bulletin board. I also didn't have enough time to get the deluxe barn, buy a pig, and raise it to find me a truffle. I'm now entirely dependent on the traveling cart to finish the community center in time, and I have 4 tries left. Hey Krobus, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you all year. Must be nice, not having responsibilities. Knowing pigs were out of the question, I got Robin to build me a deluxe coop instead, because at least I could rely on a rabbit to get me a rabbit's food. I bought an apple sapling at Pierre's because now I had the money to spare, but I understand that it's a little too late for that. I finished the winter foraging bundle and now the crafts room is completed. At night, I planted my winter seeds and placed some paths around the crops. Overall, it was a very productive and enlightening day for me. Some things became pretty clear that day. On day 86, Elliott didn't want to get out of bed, which is fine, honestly, same. I just spent the day wandering around, waiting for my coop to be done the next day. On day 87 and day 88, I pressured my animals into giving me the things I needed from them. This is my new rabbit, Roger. You better give me a rabbit food soon, Roger. And you, Jasper, where's my large goat milk, huh? I'll be back tomorrow with more questions. On day 89, Jasper finally did it. Well done, my girl. And now the pantry is also finished. At the traveling cart, a great victory. A red cabbage. Yes, this day has finally come. I was so relieved that in the end I didn't really screw up when I missed the cart back in spring. Also, large goat milk, which I just donated, so maybe I shouldn't have pressured Jasper too hard. The Junimus fixed the greenhouse overnight, which means I can finally plant my new seed tomorrow. On day 90, I planted my cabbage with speed grow, just to be sure. I also planted my other valuable seeds, the ancient fruit and the star fruit. At the community center, I donated 10k for the vault bundle, and now there's only the 25k bundle left. Day 91. These winter days are going by real fast. I decided to organize my sprinkler formation to make my farm look a little more neat. Elliott called me his master? What kind of relationship do you think we're gonna have exactly? Do I need to sign a contract? I'm not saying I'm out. Day 92 was the ice festival. I competed at the fishing competition against my husband, a drunk, and a fisherman. And I won. That goes to show just how far I've come with this skill. I'm gonna wear my new hat for a while now, it's so cute! On day 93, my winter forage is ready. Roger the rabbit shed some wool, and I crafted my first loom to turn it into cloth. When I went to bed that night, my entire family was waiting for me. Oliver, Elliott, the plushy bear, all the gang. I felt somewhat emotional. It's not over yet, but this has definitely been an amazing gaming experience for me. I'm gonna miss my little family very much. On day 94, I'm finally good enough friends with Emily to get access to her sewing machine. This is the moment I've been waiting for, my secret project that I've been planning all along. You'll see on the final day. Also, this is real footage of me standing outside Sebastian's room for 3 hours to give him a birthday present. I'm not sure that was worth it. On day 95, I donated 25k out of my own pocket to the vault bundle, and now one more room is completed. Tomorrow we'll be able to ride the bus to Calico Desert for the very first time. Day 96. Yeah, you guys, no apples or pomegranates at the traveling cart. There's only one more chance left. Pam, who definitely should not be driving, took me to Calico Desert where I met Sandy for the first time. There, I collected all the cactus fruits that I could find and I put them all on the seed maker. In my own save file, I exclusively ate cactus fruit at the skull mines because they give a crazy amount of energy. Elliott said he likes my musk? Whatever shakes your boat, dear. On day 97, I created 2 main rows in my farm with the stone paths I've been using. This place is actually starting to look pretty nice. When I behold thy wondrous face, a precious jewel of form and grace, my heart, torn by the dread of night, is purified with golden light. Poetry is the only way I can begin to describe my feelings for you. Thank God there's a bed, because I'm about to pass out after this. Day 98. Just a little while longer left. Nothing in the traveling cart, which means now my fate is finally settled. I won't be able to complete the community center. I'm about to donate my rat cabbage, which took a lot of hard work from my part, but I'll still be missing 3 apples, a pomegranate, and a truffle. There's still hope for the rabbit's food because Roger hasn't let me down so far, but in truth, the big picture is this. I will not finish the community center in 100 days. Goal number 1, failed. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, I feel surprisingly okay. I really tried my best, and you know what? That was a good effort. I'm proud. This little girl right here, she worked her butt off all year, and look at all the wonderful things she has achieved. She made friends, she made enemies, she found her soulmate. She really honored the family name, and I know wherever he is, Grandpa must be proud. On day 99, Elliott and I had a slow day together, staring at the waves, talking about everything and nothing, mostly nothing. And then he gave me the biggest gift of all, my 3rd star drop. It was also the first day of the night market. I love the chaotic energy of this festival. There's a lot of things going on and you really need the 3 days to get the most out of it. I watched the psychedelic mermaid show and the sirens gifted me a lovely pearl. The final day. Look at how beautiful my house looks. Also, I'd like to share with you my stats on day 100. Farming level 9, mining, foraging, and fishing level 7, and combat level 6. These are the relationships that I've cultivated in the past year. Not bad, not great. My collections, items I've shipped, the fish I caught, artifacts, minerals, cooking, and achievements. And now it is the moment that I will reveal to you my secret project. Remember when I told you I couldn't get my wedding dress done in time and that kind of upset me? Well, might be a few weeks late, but I was able to sew a white skirt and I bought a white shirt from Sandy, God bless her, and a daisy from the Hat Mouse. And now my wedding look is complete. I can't wait to show Elliott and hear what he has to say. Honey, what do you think? I like to think that he gasped and, cried with joy. You can kind of see that on his face. So I went about my day looking really pretty. I talked to all of my friends at the saloon. Oh, Shane, never change. And that is it. 100 days of Stardew Valley. Do you have any final thanks, Elliott? Before we draw the curtains? From the brightest winter star to the fragrant fairy rose, nothing can compare to your captivating beauty. That's it. I'm done for. Roll the credits. I said goodnight to Oliver and to myself, the player, and went to bed. So what did I learn after 100 days in Stardew Valley? I learned that I don't really have what it takes to be a pro Stardew player. My biggest issue was that I was really poor in spring and midsummer, and while I'm aware there are ways of making money in the early game, I just couldn't bring myself to implement them. I feel like Stardew is at its best when you keep that sense of wonder and discovery while you're playing. Like something new comes up, and you have to find a way to work around it or try many solutions to solve a problem. By fall, I think I started really second-guessing every decision that I made in the game. I had the wiki always open, I was obsessively checking out the items for the community center, and that part wasn't as fun as me, getting rejected by Elliott, my grudge with Abigail, and belittling Sam. I feel like that's where Stardew shines the brightest for me. And that's why I don't think the community center was meant to be finished in less than a year. I mean, you can, but I don't think you should. That's my hot take. I mean, otherwise you're missing out on what makes this game really great. If it's your first time or your 100th time and you're not a speedrunner, please take your time and, enjoy the ride. This video took a very long time to make, so if you want to see part 2, please leave a like. If this video gets 200 likes, I would do 200 days. I would like to know in the comments what was your favorite part in the story, what's your favorite marriage candidates, and how long it took you to complete the community center on your first time. Also, the subscribe button is right there. I hear it's very fun to press it. Why don't you try it out? Again, this has been a lot of fun. I hope to see you next time. Bye!